Hi there everyone! Welcome back to English with Catherine. Also, welcome to another I Say This Every Day video. This isn't English in a textbook that we're just talking about using. This is English we're actually using. And what is the purpose of English really? It is to use, to actually use. I'm glad we got that straight. Spring is already in the air. Yesterday on my walk I saw some snowdrops which had recently sprouted. Love that word. The rain is falling like crazy. What perfect weather to put with a British English video, eh? Let's get started! Number one, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Sorry to start this video with a bit of negativity. Usually it's so positive, but you know, this is real life and sometimes bad things happen. Someone tells you something bad and you need to react in the right way. This was actually a reaction to my friend's cat dying. A really fat black cat. It was this amazing creature. My friend was devastated because this was her companion. Without her companion, you know, life doesn't make sense. When she told me, I just said, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. And that's just a nice way of showing that you care. It's also in line with British culture. We're quite soft and we're quite polite and we don't like to be too direct. This is also a way to react to when someone tells you that someone has passed away, if someone has lost their job, pretty much anything that's really bad, like that would be in the category of really bad happening, you can use this language with. You're safe, don't worry. If you want a British accent, well, modern RP, you're going to not really say to in this, you're going to just say t. I'm so sorry to hear that. And also the so is the alphabet O, so make sure it sounds like the letter O if you want the accent. Number two, it just doesn't get better than that, does it? It just doesn't get better than that, does it? Here we have a tag question on the end just to complete the Britishness of it. If someone tells you their plans of what they're going to do, and you just think, wow, that sounds amazing, we can say this. It just doesn't get better than that, does it? If you think that they've just got it absolutely sorted, they've really cracked the life formula for happiness. My friend Sarah, she told me that she's going on a world trip, so some kind of cruise, I think. And she told me all the things that she's going to be doing, like whale watching and dancing with dolphins. No, swimming with dolphins. I just thought, what a great plan. What a great way to spend a year, if you can. Number three, I just can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference. So the other day I met up with a friend who is gluten-free, so she can't have gluten. I know we live in a world of allergies now. Anyway, so I met my friend in a cafe, and to keep her company I ordered the same thing as her so that she wouldn't feel different. I was also quite curious because I wanted to try this gluten-free brownie. I love brownies, so I wanted to see what the gluten-free version tasted like. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference. And that means I couldn't distinguish the fact that there was no gluten. I just couldn't tell. Now, sometimes people get this wrong and they say, I couldn't realise. That would be an incorrect use of realise in that context, okay? What we actually say is, I just can't tell. I can't tell the difference. Pronunciation tip for that one, make sure you elongate that A in can't. That's quite a long A in the accent that I have. And if you say it too quickly, it's not going to sound right, okay? You need it to sound like car, like when you drive a car, and then add NT on the end, so can't, can't. Number four, I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. This could be related to anything that you don't like, okay? So this is about preference. Things that you just don't really like. For example, I've been trying to like black coffee because for coffee lovers, you would assume that black coffee is even better because you can really taste the coffee beans and the way it's been brewed and everything. But I'm just not a fan. I just have to have milk. There's no other option for me. Sorry. So you can say I'm not a fan of classical music. You can say I'm not a fan of potatoes. You probably wouldn't say that. I'm not a fan of tea with milk. It's a really kind of informal and chatty, everyday way of saying you just don't really like something. Number five, it was just a one-off. It was just a one-off. This is great. And I'm nearly certain that you don't know this. I think it's going to be new for you. This is very British, very native, and it means it was just one time only. Sometimes we say this when we're happy that it was just one time only. Maybe we did something wrong, and then when someone gets really upset with us, we have to try and say to them, it was just one time, it won't happen again. It was just a one-off. I do have to admit that I did do something wrong in January, and that was send my friend's birthday card to a completely different address. I got really confused and I sent it somewhere different, and I said to her, it was just a one-off. Next year it will be different. You will get your birthday card to your address on your birthday. I'm usually really good at birthdays. It's kind of my thing, so I was really disappointed in myself, but it was just a one-off. Number 6, I have to say, this is for exaggeration, this is for effect, when we really want to make something heard. It's usually something about your opinion on something. You just have to make it known how you feel about that. So I went to a ballet in January in Edinburgh. It was absolutely amazing. And afterwards I said, I have to say that was one of the best ballets I've ever seen in my life. Now, I haven't seen that many ballets before, so that's not really saying much, but it was still one of the best live performances I'd ever seen. So we kind of use this language when we're about to announce something that we're very passionate about. I have to say I love all this rain we've been having because I secretly love being at home, a classic introvert, reading books and playing the piano. Number 7, I've got a lot on at the moment. I've got a lot on at the moment. What does this mean? So this is a really informal, daily English kind of way of saying that you're really busy. You know that feeling where you've just got loads of stuff going on, loads and loads, whether it's family stuff and work stuff. Quite a lot of my friends are trying to pin me down on a date to meet up with me, which is very nice, and thank you so much guys for your patience. But I've just got such a lot on at the moment. I'm just so busy. And sometimes it can be a really good response to when someone says, how are you? You know, in small talk, we say a lot of, how are you? How have you been? What have you been up to? And you can just say, oh, I've just got a lot on at the moment, so I do feel a bit frazzled. Great word, by the way. Frazzled means you just feel a bit like you need some sleep. You're kind of overdoing it in life and you just need to take it down a notch. Number 8, it wasn't too bad. This is a typical British culture where we maybe want to say something a bit stronger, but we refrain from doing that, so it sounds polite and nice. I went to see Barbie, the film, with my friend, and I could tell she really didn't like it. Something about it just really seemed to annoy her. Just wasn't a fan. She just didn't like it, okay? And afterwards, she was like, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. And that means it was okay. It was fine, right? She's secretly quite disappointed. She's probably feeling a bit of anticlimax because she was expecting more. And to sound more polite and less direct, she's saying it wasn't too bad. Now guys, of course we do express our emotion in Britain, we do. It's just, it is nice to see the positive in things. If you really didn't like something or someone, it's still quite nice to see it in the best way that you can. Number 9, I'll get the next round. I'll get the next round. What do you think that means? This is pub language. So if you ever go for drinks with your colleagues after work in Britain, or if you're ever in a situation where you go out with a group of people, usually this is what happens. One of you buys the drinks for the group, one of you gets all the drinks for everyone, and then you take it in turns, meaning the second person gets the round, the third person gets the round. You get the idea. As you can see here, the pub or a bar is obviously where people are socialising and using everyday English, modern English that maybe you can't find in textbooks. And this is an example of that. Number 10, good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. We've ended this with a very common idiom used in daily life. So if you have a colleague or a friend or someone you know that is waiting for something and you know that they deserve it, maybe it's a promotion, it could be anything, and you just want to encourage them, to give them some hope and positivity. And you can say this, good things come to those who wait. One of my friends is waiting very eagerly for a job promotion and she really deserves it. She's worked really hard for it. And I just said that to her. Good things come to those who wait, because usually they do. If you're patient enough and you deserve it, you'll get what you want. So guys, that's the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you as ever for your continued support of my channel. I can't thank you enough. I really mean it. I love doing what I'm doing and I want to continue. So you can click subscribe to get notifications for when I release a new video. You can also follow me on Instagram. Just type in English with Catherine and you'll find me. I've also got a few slots left for English lessons, so get in touch via my Instagram page for that. And I just hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you've got some nice things planned. I'll see you next Friday. Bye.